pomp and circumstance to all of you, all 250 100,000K subscribers of mine. I couldn't have done it without you. I couldn't have even done it without all of you. My name is Stuart Alexander Lehman-brown. We're gonna cue some A all over the place today, so I hope you brought your seat buckets because we're not even getting started yet. What does Marin Music Center mean? What do you think Marin Music Center means? Do you think it means something dirty, or do you think it means something clean? Once upon a time, I owned a music store called Marin Music Center. I taught lessons out of that music store, and it was quite fine. And I met many fine folks who were also quite fine. And then there was COVID, and then there was literal death, and then there was a YouTube channel. And I've never been happier. What's your favorite song to play on guitar? I think probably my favorite song to play on guitar is it's not my favorite song. It's not even anywhere close to my favorite song. What I'm trying to say is I don't like this song very much, but I'm not trying to impose my judgment onto other people's judgment. Why did I think it was a good idea to do a Q&A? But it's so fun to play on guitar. Hearts and Bones by Paul Simon goes a little something like this. 1, 2, 3, go! Hearts and Boners by Paul Simon. Hey, what's next on the agenda? Peter Parker 69 says, why did you pick up bass instead of guitar in your early days? I started on guitar. I felt like I was unable to play it, so I gave up and I switched to bass because I thought it was easier. And guess what? It is easier. All kinds of chords, open chords, power chords, bar chords, they all seemed impossible to me on guitar. So I switched to bass. That gave me a little bit of confidence. And then pretty quickly, like within months, if not weeks, I started playing guitar again. But bass has always held a special place in my heart. The place right in the middle, the bass place. I should mention this now before everyone goes home for dinner. I'm doing this Q&A. 250,000 million K Q&A. That's just a normal Q&A. However, early next week, I am doing a live stream Q&A, but it is only for newsletter subscribers. Go to marinmusic.com, sign up for the newsletter, and let me tell you this. The newsletter in itself is a good time. I tell you what song tutorials are coming out. I pick some topic that no one cares about it, and I just try to make jokes about it that are sort of... Guys, it's hard to be funny in an email. But the point is, it's free, it's fun, it's here, and it's now. marinmusic.com. Sign up for the free newsletter. The cat's out of the cradle. It's on next Sunday, the 16th of June. Stuart, can you please help me? I have a dilemma. Of course, I'm always here ready to help. Uncle Stuart, what have you been listening to lately? What kind of music do you listen to the most? What's your favorite music genre? I haven't given this any thought yet. Lately, Deftones. Pretty much always I'm listening to Deftones. For the past week or two, I've been listening to Supergrass and Operation Ivy. It's always changing, guys. You know how it is. One day you're listening to one band, the next day you're listening to a different band. 90s alternative rock is my favorite genre. Do you enjoy acoustic or electric more? The answer is acoustic. I like them both. They are all my children. Acoustic, electric, bass, ukulele, no. Forget about ukulele, but bass guitar, electric guitar, acoustic guitar, fantastic. What made you start making tutorials? The truth is COVID did. Like everybody else, like a bunch of crazy, like everybody's life turned upside down. I always kind of had it in the back of my mind. I wanted to do it. I had been teaching songs for years, but I would say that the pandemic and the shelter in face, yikes, Stuart. Come on. Shelter in place. This is serious. Although I will say I didn't really kick it into gear until the pandemic was like largely past-ish. All right, great. What's your favorite cake flavor? My favorite cake flavor is just my favorite flavor, vanilla. It's just the way it is. Vanilla ice cream, vanilla shakes, vanilla cake, vanilla, that's about all. It's vanilla, right? I also like ginger quite a bit, but I'm not having a ginger. Oh, I do like carrot cake quite a bit, but the trick is you got to put a lot of ginger into the carrot cake. The same person who said, what's your favorite cake flavor, said, would you rather have infinite video games or infinite pizza? Those seem unrelated. I think those are both disastrous. I think they both would destroy my life. I gotta go with infinite video games because the truth is I already have infinite video games. I've got Diablo 3 on my computer. I can play that anytime I want. Pizza, I have to pay for, I have to order it or pick it up or whatever. So I'm gonna go with the video games because the fact of the matter is I do have infinite video games and I'm still alive. What is your favorite artist to teach? What a great question. I'm gonna say it's a tie. It's a tie between Alex G and Ichiko Aoba. Alex G, because I feel like I have kind of a similar guitar playing style to Alex G, so it's fun to learn his songs because I go like, oh, that's what I would do. Oh, if I did that, I would have done this. Like, oh, I see how he came up with that chord. So that's kind of fun. Ichiko Aoba, she just has like intricate jazz chords and finger picking, just like the type of stuff I really like to play. Radiohead is like a runner-up because I just love Radiohead. I really like Tom York's guitar parts. I don't like teaching Johnny Greenwood's guitar parts as much. I think Johnny Greenwood's guitar playing sounds great, but it's not the style that I gravitate towards, whereas Tom York's style is very much in the vein of my... okay. So, do you have a spouse? Do you have any children? Is your wife ever going to make an appearance? How did I meet my wife? Well, I do have a spouse, and it is a person who is my wife. Her name is Samantha, and she's right here, you guys. I don't have any children. And how did I meet my wife? I met my wife because we were the romantic leads in our high school musical. Aww. The musical was called Brigadoon. It's not very good. What's your favorite place in the US of A? I don't know. California. Who cares? Why is The Fellowship of the Ring your favorite movie? The other two are better. I'm not going to disagree with you. I do think the other two Lord of the Rings movies are I think they're better. What I like about Fellowship is I like the fantasy and I like the adventure. Now, here's the thing though. I really like depressing stuff, and Fellowship is definitely the least depressing of the Fellowship of the Lord of the Rings movies. And so I'm a little confused. I don't know why Fellowship is my favorite. I need to reconsider this whole thing, actually. Do you like coffee? Yes. What band got you into really listening to music? Okay, 3 parts. The first one is Nirvana. Nevermind was the first album that I got that was like a cool album. Before that, it was just Beach Boys and Little Mermaid soundtrack. And then Dookie by Green Day was the first one where I would just listen to it and then immediately start it over and listen to it again. But then the Downward Spiral by Nine Inch Nails took it to like a deeper place where I went, oh, this isn't just something that I like. This is something that's actually an important part of who I am. Very pretentious. What's your favorite guitar? What is your dream guitar? Guys, this is a Martin 00015. It's made of solid mahogany. I got it about a year ago. This is both my favorite guitar I've ever played and it is my dream guitar. It's expensive, but I'm a professional guitar teacher, okay? Stop making me feel guilty about this. I play this guitar for so many hours. If you divided it up, it's probably like 0.01256 cents an hour for this guitar. So I'd like to see you have a guitar that's worth more than $1.25687 per hour. I think I won that conversation. All right. Why do I like Yamaha guitars? And related question, when should you upgrade beyond a student level guitar? The mirror image on the screen has thrown me off. Guys, this is a Yamaha Revstar Element. I don't remember why I was going to talk about this. This is a very ordinary, normal guitar. It's made of wood and paint and metal and lacquer and electric currents. I also have an FS 800, which is like a $230 acoustic guitar. Fender makes better expensive guitars. Martin makes better expensive guitars. I think that Yamaha, which is not a sponsor, makes the best affordable guitars. To answer the second question, when should you upgrade beyond a student level guitar? Well, I think that if you have a stupid, cheap guitar that sucks, then go ahead and get a Yamaha anytime you want. A Yamaha FS, this sounds way too much like an ad. Never mind, done with the question. Do you have any original songs? Any tips for writing beautiful lyrics? Do you make your own music? And if so, where can we find it? Would you consider making more videos on music theory and writing songs and more things like that? The answer is yes, yes, and yes. I do write original songs, and I will continue to do so. It's one of my favorite things to do in the universe. Currently, you can find songs by my old band, Abatis, Abatis, on Apple Music. I think any streaming thing you can find it. Also, spoiler alert, some major songwriting stuff coming soon, so peek your blinders on because there's... Okay. Have you ever thought about how some animals will never see each other, like a squirrel and a shark? Not gonna lie, I think about this so often. There was a movie called Brain Candy, and they talk about a bat and a pig having a baby, and I was like, that's weird. And then ever since then, I go like, what? The little fish with the weird little light things hanging in front of their faces and like an eagle, just universes apart. Will you do meetings in the future? I will most certainly do meetings in the future, but I have no immediate plans to do so. Why do you not like guitar solos? The whole deal with me making these guitar tutorials is I like to talk to you guys and goof around. The part where I have to go and then put your pointer finger on 5 and then put your ring finger on 7 and then put your middle finger on 6, like it's all part of the thing, and I'm happy to do it. But also it sucks and it's miserable and I hate it. So a guitar solo is just me saying, play 17 with your pointer finger, then play 18 with your middle finger, then with your pinky, play 21 on the bottom string. And it just goes on forever and ever because there are so many notes in guitar solos. Also though, I don't like playing them and I don't think they should exist. And I think the world would be a better place if there were no guitar solos. Who is your favorite songwriter? I think it's Kurt Cobain. But that's a tough one. It probably changes. And then look, I lumped these questions together on purpose. What are your thoughts on Kurt's songwriting technique? I think they're great. I think they are honest and they are aggressive and they are like simple. Not that songs have to be simple. They can be complex because I think he was a pretty like middle of the road guitar player. And I don't mean that as an insult. I mean it as why am I digging myself a hole on this? I like Kurt Cobain's songwriting style. I think he writes straightforward songs that are good. What's the favorite concert you've ever been to? David Bowie and 9 Inch Nails with Prick at the Shoreline Amphitheater in Mountain View, California. What's your favorite band artist to see live? It's a tie between Deftones and Sleepy Time Gorilla Museum. I've seen both of them, I think, 3 times, and they both just put on high energy, big ol' concerts. Great job. What is your most favorite song from Radiohead, and why do you like it the most? Also, are you going to continue making Radiohead tutorials? I think my favorite Radiohead song is Planet Telex because of the way it sounds. What is happening? I've lost all sense of self. Planet Telex is the first song on the Bends, and it was the first Radiohead song I heard other than Creep. And a girl I liked said I should get the Bends, so I got the Bends. I don't think she was saying like, skip off and get the Bends, punko. I think she was legitimately recommending the album. And so it just hit me hard in all the right places, if you know what I mean. I also like Morning Bell quite a bit, the first song from Amnesiac, but Planet Telex is the correct answer. Of course I'm gonna keep making Radiohead tutorials. Do you like jazz music? Very complicated question for me. In college and in high school, I studied jazz quite a bit, and I've played way too many jazz gigs, playing at restaurants and stuff. I definitely have gone through many periods of my life where I hated jazz music beyond all redemption. I just made up that phrase, but I think it stands to reason that I would make up that phrase at this juncture due to the circumstances. It's a love-hate relationship with jazz. No, not a love-hate. It's a tolerate-hate relationship that I have with jazz. So I guess that means no, I don't like jazz. Okay, but then check this out. If you owned a coffee shop, would you regularly play in said coffee shop? If so, what genre of music? And the truth is, I would. If I owned a coffee shop, I would perform, I'd put together a trio, and I would perform jazz standards. I don't know why, but I just know myself, and I can see into other dimensions like Doctor Strange, and in the dimensions where I have a coffee shop, I am performing jazz standards with friends and relatives. Someone said, recommend some good jazz chords. Despite my tenuous relationship with jazz, I will indeed be making some more jazz videos. I may even make a whole jazz guitar thing. Why did your band stop? I assume they're talking about my old band, Abity, that I mentioned earlier, because we all when you're in a band, there are a lot of Tuesday nights where you're out until 3 a.m. and it's really fun. And then enough years go by that you just go, I don't want to be out at 3 a.m. on Tuesday anymore. It's just the whole getting old thing. Our drummer had a baby. No, that happened way later. I don't know. Somebody had a baby at some point in time, and then we said, we got to break up the band. I have to take a moment to say that I got so many gross questions. When I asked for Q&A questions, just for the first day, I would say every other question was really gross. So I'm not going to answer those gross questions. I have chosen one gross question to represent all of the gross questions I have received. So the question that I'm answering is, are you more of a pee fan or a poop guy? What is your favorite smell? I'm going to say pee, and I'm going to say my favorite smell is a hotel room. New question. The Smiths or Radiohead? Radiohead. Not even a thing. If you had to choose between listening to Alex G or the Smiths, which would you pick? Alex G. What was the most difficult part of development as a guitar/musician that you faced? The biggest hurdle, problem, issue that I found was not necessarily related to guitar playing in particular. I just felt the need to point to a guitar. It was just overall self-esteem. When I was a preteen, I think I was 11, 12 when I started, if I go, I'm going to practice guitar, I never was oh man, I don't sound as good as I need to sound. I need to keep working on it. This is such a struggle. Really, I was just why am I so pathetic? Why am I such a stupid waste of everything? No one likes me, and no one ever is going to like me. And then I would just cry. So, did I answer the question? My bar chords, I guess, was the biggest problem developmentally. How you doing? Please stop. Have you ever found a song too hard for you to learn? Most Elliot Smith songs. I mean, okay. There's like Playing God and the Beat It solo. So this guy Snaw, have you guys heard about him? He's making me play the Beat It solo on TikTok, and I can't do it. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm kind of having a panic attack about it. Through the Fire and the Flame, plural, Dragon Force. I can't play those. No, I'm never gonna be able to play those. But I don't even like try, so it does. Who cares? But pretty much every Elliot Smith song, I want to do a tutorial for. But it's just so hard to make it sound right. Any chance of there being some more Elliot Smith tutorials on the radar? Yeah, eventually. It's gonna happen. I'm working on it. What's your favorite Elliot Smith song and why? Probably Between the Bars, because it's depressing. What's the saddest song you've ever heard? Probably Brick by Ben Folds 5. But okay, wait. Hang on a second. The actual saddest thing on the planet. Okay. Have you guys seen the movie Homeward Bound? The movie Homeward Bound. Okay, we're going to try something. This is going to be fun. I've just pulled up the ending to Homeward Bound here. Literally every time I have watched the ending to Homeward Bound, I've cried. So we're going to do a little experiment here. Wish me luck.
I know that bark. It is him.
Nobody cares about the cat. Skip the cat part.
It was too far. It was just too old. Oh, Peter, honey.
Peter. Oh, Peter.
Shadow made it. He made it.
Peter, you're okay. Peter. Oh, I'm so happy. I want you all the time.
I missed you.
I miss you too. I love you.
I'm so happy Shadow made it back. Okay, I need to take a little break. That was a pretty solid climax to the Q&A, so I think I'm gonna rapid fire a few questions, and then we'll call this whole thing a deal done in the Dirty Disney Dozen department. Remember though, that there's the live stream Q&A, marinmusiccenter.com. No. marinmusic.com, link in the description, sign up for the newsletter, go to the live stream, have a ball. What are your top 5 must-listen albums of all time? The Bends by Radiohead. Pinkerton by Weezer. Dookie by Green Day. The Lost Highway soundtrack. Check it out. It's got some weird stuff on it. And Downward Spiral by 9 Inch Nails. They're all 90s things. I'm a 90s guy. What do you want me to say? Also, Sinatra at the Sands, but I don't actually think that's a must listen to. I think it's a pretty trashy album, but I just like it a lot. What are your opinions on Elton John songs? Like Sir, why don't you have any Elton tutorials? I like Elton John. I like his songs quite a bit. However, he is a dirty, rotten, filthy piano player, and piano players put way too many chords in their songs. That Yellow Brick Road Farewell Goodbye song, it's got like 37 chords in it. Crocodile Rockaholic has so many chords, and it's like stupid chords like B flat and stuff. I hate it. What is your process for making tutorials? I'll probably make a whole video where I just walk through the process. I think that'll be fun for me. This isn't especially rapid fire. I need to speed up. Stay. This is a terrible idea. Never do what I just did. Hufflepuff is yakking something up. What's going on with my shirt and my pants? What's your favorite album cover, and what would you say is the ugliest album cover of all time? First of all, I love ugly album covers. Race by Alex G, hideous album cover. I love it. Though the Pinkerton cover is my favorite. What's your favorite type of question to be asked by a fan? I like food questions. Okay, here we go. Food time. Waffles, pancakes, or French toast? Pancakes. They're all just excuses to have butter and syrup, but I'm gonna go with pancakes. French toast. No, pancakes. Not waffles. Here's what I'm gonna say. It's not waffles. Favorite sandwich? Gotta be a grilled cheese sandwich, guys. Favorite breakfast, lunch, and dinner foods? Well, for breakfast, I have a very shameful answer, which is the Taco Bell Breakfast Crunch Wrap. However, I will also say I'm not joking. Right now this is the most serious I've ever been. I have sworn to never eat Taco Bell ever again. Also, no Cheez-Its. No Taco Bell, no Cheez-Its. And ironically, Taco Bell and Cheez-It just formed a partnership. Favorite lunch food, grilled cheese. Favorite dinner food, pizza. What's your favorite breakfast cereal? Cinnamon Toast Crunch. What are your favorite kinds of picks? I like the yellow Dunlop ones. I don't know what thickness they are, but that's what I like. Liam or Noel? If we're being honest, I don't know which one's which. The meaner one. I like the one that's the meanest of all. Advice to stay motivated when it comes to practicing. I think I've gotten good enough on guitar to not be considered a beginner, so I would say I'm intermediate. Where do I go from here? I feel lost on what to teach myself. I relate to this. Here's what I'm gonna say. Start a band. But wait, hang on. You don't have to start a band in real life. You can start a band in your head. Just like when you're practicing, don't just be like, I have to get good at this. What else am I gonna learn? What am I gonna do? Go imagine yourself on stage. Imagine yourself recording an album. Imagine yourself performing music in a way that's meaningful for you. Put yourself in a band performance, active, engaged musical performer role. I felt like that was such a good answer, and then I just lost it completely. Will you maybe start a beginner's guitar course? I absolutely am going to. 100% will happen in the near future. What was your least favorite tutorial to record? My least favorite tutorial to record was TV by Billie Eilish. I liked the song. It wasn't especially hard to teach, but I was having a really bad day, and that tutorial sucked the biggest butt I've ever seen. Hey guys, it's me, Stuart. I just wanted to chime in real quick to let you know that I said the wrong song title. It wasn't TV. That's a place where you can get dog poop bags. It was I Love You by Billie Eilish. That was the song where the tutorial nearly did me in. Enjoy the rest of the Q&A. Do you have any unpopular opinions about guitar or music in general? And did you know that hairless guinea pigs exist? I did not know that, but I'm not surprised. Unpopular opinions. I do have some unpopular opinions, but I am not currently prepared to share them. I will share them in a future video. That's a tease. Do you have any advice for a 19-year-old or advice for getting started on guitar? Yeah. So when I was 19, I didn't know what to do, and so I just stopped doing anything. And for about 3 years, I just didn't really do anything. And it sucked. It was a very depressing time. So my advice for a 19-year-old is, even though there might not be anything that you want to do or that you know to do, like, do something. Just be active in something. I think it's a really good idea. Great. So helpful. Stuart, so much wisdom. You're so smart. I can't believe that you are... Why am I reading this like it's Braille? It's not. How to stop comparing yourself to other guitarists. Other people are always going to be better than you. Always. It's just the truth. It's just the truth. You're never going to be the greatest guitarist in town, even in the room. There's probably going to be somebody's like uncle who's way better at guitar than you. And you're like, how does that even make sense? And they're not even like a musician. They're like a doctor or something. It's like, how come this doctor is better at guitar than I am? That's not what they might be better at guitar than you, but this is so corny, but they're not better at being you than you are. And so you play guitar like you way better than anyone else will ever play guitar like you. And that's just a fact. So you're the best guitarist at playing guitar like you. I'm not being patronizing. I mean it. Who are your favorite rappers? I just like Eminem. Like I said, I'm like a 90s kid. What song makes me think of summer the most? Josie by Blink-182. Batman or Superman? I'm gonna say Captain America. Cop-out answer. I don't know. I think Batman, but maybe it's Superman. Such a hard question, but Captain America is my actual answer. Will you ever do a house tour? Yes, but not today. And I will also show you what instruments I own. I always feel like I only have like 3, but I actually have like 10 or something. Magic the Gathering. What's my favorite format? What's my favorite deck color / deck archetype? I like green black because I like to just draw cards and dig through my graveyard and just always have cards to use. I like Commander because I don't actually like playing Magic. I just like hanging out and goofing around with people. Congrats, Stu. Was your April Fool's Day Wonderwall video with the chili pepper genuine? It was hilarious, but I kind of feel like it may have been a trick. 100% real. Nothing about that was a trick. My 100% authentic reaction to an extremely hot chili pepper. What is the best pickup for acoustic guitar? I don't know. I don't care. I like the piezo pickups that like are built into some acoustic guitars. And if it doesn't have that, then I just say a microphone. All of the pickups that you install in I don't like them. Would you rather fight 10 bulls or 1,000 chickens? I thought about this. This is another question I thought about in advance. At first, I thought it was chickens because it's like, all right, I have a chance. But then I thought about it. I'm like, actually, I don't think I have a chance with 10 bulls or 1,000 chickens. So the 1,000 chickens is going to be extremely painful. With bulls, I might be able to just die immediately. So my answer is 10 bulls and try to die as quickly as possible. What's your favorite guitar lesson video you've ever made? I really liked my Everlong video. I also like my Jigsaw Falling Into Place video because I think that song is super hard and I think I did a pretty good job explaining it. And then, but the actual answer is Mary by Alex G because that's the tutorial that kind of got this whole ball rolling. What is your favorite part of content creation? Recording the videos, because I legitimately, truly feel like I'm just hanging out with you guys and that's the best feeling in the world. What's my least favorite part of content creation? I don't like uploading them and filling in the details and writing descriptions, and I don't write descriptions. What is your favorite movie / TV show? I really like Fellowship of the Ring. I really like Donnie Darko. It's pretty close. They're neck and neck. Okay, TV shows. My actual favorite TV show is probably I Think You Should Leave. I've watched it 1,000 times, but Better Call Saul is a better show, but I still haven't finished Better Call Saul. Where were you on August 14th, 2008? Oh wait, I know this. So I had just graduated from Berklee College of Music, and I was doing a vocal jazz workshop tour, and I think I was in Colorado playing bass for a vocal jazz workshop tour. I assume that was when this person was born. So anyway, if you were born at the vocal jazz workshop tour, then maybe I saw you being born. Is that what you were? I don't know. Okay. Do you still play Simpsons Tapped Out on your iPad? It's a true fan right there, you guys. I don't because I don't remember my login information. What was the most unlikely place you got recognized at? I will tell you this. I remember the first time I was recognized, it was at Disneyland. It was not actually at Disneyland. It was on the pathway to Disneyland. I believe the gentleman's name was, I think it was Bryce. Oh, shoot, darn it. Is your name Bryce? In the comments, Bryce. Was your name Bryce? And he was very kind and very sweet, very handsome, very smart, very talented, also quite successful. I was walking along to Disneyland, so I was in a good mood because I was going to Disneyland for Pete's sake. And then I hear, Stuart! And I turn around, and there, like a glistening beacon of hope in the night of day, I saw Bryce, and he said, you're pretty good. Yeah, you're a fun guy or something. I don't know what he said. And then I said, thank you. What's your name? And he said, Bryce, I think. And I said, good for you. Keep up the good work. It's not quite how that played out, but more or less, it was a true story, sort of. What's your favorite movie character and book character? I like Boromir a lot. I know it's a weird answer. I don't seem like a Boromir kind of guy, but I like the characters who are legit messed up, but like are really trying. And I feel like that's Boromir. My favorite, like, character of all time probably is Thanos, but not Thanos from the movies. Thanos in the movies is good, but Thanos in the comics, as written by Jim Starlin, is my favorite. Thanos in the comic books is my favorite. I don't know why I needed to say that twice. And I think I have one more question. And, look, that's what it says. It says, and what kind of ideology do you live by? I don't really understand this question, but I have a sincere and very corny answer. The ideology I live by. This is always a struggle. It's always like I'm aiming for this, but it's tough. Guys, this is so embarrassing. I don't know why I'm saying this. This is so out of character for me. The ideology I live by is whenever given a choice, choose love. So embarrassing. But think about this. Think about this. What, you want to choose like, what's the opposite of love? Hate, probably, right? Do you want to choose hate? Probably not. Do you want to choose embarrassment? I mean, I do that all the time. I don't know what I'm getting at. Here's what happened. I gave a sincere answer and I went, I'm allergic to that. You can't give a sincere, sweet answer. But guys, if you choose love as often as possible, not fake love. You can't fake it. You have to be sincere. If you can sincerely choose love, I believe that maybe life will be tolerable. Hi. Okay, great. Guys, thanks for all those subscriptions. And I hope that you never are lonely unless you want to be lonely. I just added a new question. Final question. What's your favorite emotion? Not joking. Sadness. Sadness. Fear is a close second place. I love feeling sadness and fear. Choose sadness and fear. So, okay. Choose love if you can. If you can't choose love because you're just not feeling it, don't fake it. Choose sadness and fear. My name is Stuart. Have a great holiday weekend.